Alright folks, we are back for round 1 on the draw. And the opponent just went turn 1 sniper, which is, I think, acceptable. It's a 1-drop, it's not super aggressive, no, not super threatening. We don't have a ton of Reinvolt to deal with that in our deck, but it's not like we have a ton of creature that we want to protect from it, so I think we'll be fine. I had to stop the recording because they were taking like a lot of time to play, and if they just take 1 minute between each turn, I'll probably have to record another draft because it's not gonna be funny. Alright, well that's quite the draw here. Well, if they continue to drop a creature every single turn, we might end up in trouble. When do you cycle this? It untaps something, it doesn't tap something, so it's not very good right now. I cannot protect myself by tapping the Servant, for example. We are under a little bit of pressure. I think we want to cycle something here to make it more likely that we draw a land. I mean, more lands in the future, because next turn we'll play a 3-drop. I think I'm just going to cycle that. It doesn't seem very useful or exciting. At least a Scorpion, even if it gets a counter on itself, can block the Servant. Wrappings. Sure. I don't really want to wrap a creature with an ability. So now the question is, do we go Scorpion or do we go Gale Strike? If I play Scorpion and then go Cycle, put a counter, and during their turn Cycle, put a counter, it's really bad. So I think I'd rather just Gale Strike, drop the Oracle next turn, and then maybe Liliana, who knows? If we have enough protection, I will certainly do that. Ooh, end of turn, make 2 warriors. That's pretty good. Just the Oven Curve was pretty sick this game. So do we want bounce a warrior and kill it, or do we want to bounce the Servant? Well, since they have Vigilance, I guess it's the Servant. Alright, well I guess we play Oracle. Now the question is, will we play Liliana next turn or not? I don't really know. Kinda depends on what we are drawing to. I think I want to keep most of that. Splendid Agony is definitely staying on top. I don't think I want to draw Lord of the Accursed. Top and top. And next turn I can go Seeker of Insight plus put some counter on stuff. If my opponent want to spend their turn sacking a creature to kill my Oracle, fine. And here, even if they do that, we can still block stuff, it's fine. And the risk if you cycle a bit too much is that you end up flooded, so I think I'm fine with that trade. The question is, do we block the Servant here? I think we just block a warrior. And they lose it, or they cycle and we can still keep the Oracle for a little bit longer. And if they want to cycle twice and kill my Oracle, well, whatever, I mean, fine. Such is life. Stir Sense, well that's good. This will trigger, right? I don't think my opponent can get a much better draw than that. This is going to be tough to beat, I think. Despite us being, you know, we are doing stuff, we are not just standing there and not doing anything. Using the Agony as a combat trick might be a bit ambitious. Do we just keep the kill the sniper here? Then they can go sack a warrior, kill my Servant, attack with everything, I take 4. I think I'd rather keep the Agony as a trick. I'm worried about us dying before we can actually come back, basically. That was pretty much the nut draw. Yeah, I think we just put 2 counters here then, and take 4. Yeah, that was quite the nut draw so far. If they play another creature here, I think we just lose. Maybe I should have just killed the sniper. I don't know. Alright, let's drop the scorpion. We'll be bouncing zombie, and hopefully we don't die. So the plan is to block the wayward servant with scorpion. Gravedigger, jeez. Oh my god, this draw is insane. Yeah, so they can cycle the horror. Oh, they did not. Oh, they took another servant. Sure. And now they will try to go for the kill. Makes sense. But no? What? No. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna die because of the servants. Can I do something here? No, I don't think so. I can trial. Even if I wrap something, I just die. I need to trial and try to hit. I'm not even sure what I could hit though. Liliana or wrappings don't really help though. I don't think I have an out here. This was a little bit too good of a draw. Double servant. They just want turn 1, turn 3, turn. Yeah, they played something every single turn. Yeah, if we'd play that, they just attack with everything and we die. Alright, well, you got me. That draw was sick. A bunch of cheap beater. Not sure if I want to change anything. Trial seems very bad against them. The archer is annoying, but it's an uncommon. Hopefully they will not play that on turn 1 every single game. I think we just submit. I think this is not necessarily a bad matchup. I just think they pretty much had the best draw they could have asked for on the play. And it's slightly risky. I think we keep it though. 2 lands on the play. If we draw a 3rd land, we have Gale Strike into more land. We have Lord. I have this amount of 2-drops with this deck, but I haven't been drawing any of them on curve so far, which is slightly annoying. Alright, no turn 1 archer at least. I'll take that. A Doomed Center, sure. I think I just want to drop the Lord of the Accursed over using Gale Strike. Sure. I think we drop the Oracle here. So I have this in double block and the Cursed Minotaur. Well, we have Trial, so we'll be drawing stuff at some point. I don't even know. I feel like second Oracle can go into the graveyard. I think I'm just gonna keep 1 wrapping. 3 cards is quite a lot. I mean, 3 turns without drawing any land, unless we use Trial, is potentially risky, I think. just gonna double block. Like, there's not a ton of things that can go really wrong. Even if they have put 2/1/1 counters, we still trade. They probably think that this is a fine trade because this card is in theory better, but in our deck is actually not better, so I'm just completely fine making that trade. I think at this point we attack with Oracle, drop an even initiate, and start to beat down basically. Don't think when the opponent's not... I mean, I think you should always put stuff on board and either protect yourself or beat down before you start drawing stuff, so this seems like an easy play over trial. They might just go put 2 counter on the initiate end of turn, or do that. Okay, sure. Card is solid. No attack. Will they finish end of turn? I think they wanted to finish and then attack. Maybe they just... Slight misstep here, probably. Pretty sure they are gonna finish here. What? Oh, they... What did they do with that? They paid 3. Oh, they cycled 2 things. Alright. Yeah, I think we just drop that and attack with even. The first even. And we'll wait until they use that before using illusory wrappings, obviously. I mean, if possible, at least. Their draw is much more clunky this game. Sure. I think we can trial here. Scorpion doesn't do a whole lot, doesn't add a lot to the board. We might even want to cycle it. And this means I can get back my other initiate next turn since I drew lands, which is nice. This card is really good. It's so solid. At this point we have a lot of lands, so we don't want to draw any land, which means that actually there's like 9 cards in our deck that are dead. This means that cycling gets a lot worse. I don't think we should ever be cycling that. Even though it's not great. It's probably gonna be better than a random card in our deck. Well, sure. So... Wrapping is not very good against that. I mean, it's fine, but they can still pump it. So I'm not thrilled about doing that. I don't really want to take damage next turn, because if I don't block it, it can just deal a lot of damage. So I think the play is just Scorpion. Intent to block. And if something doesn't go according to the plan, we can Gale Strike. And next turn I'll probably play the Initiate. Yeah, I'll trade any day of the week. Cool. Well, killing that was definitely better than a random card from the deck. Gravedigger, get back the Horror. Yeah, that's good, but sure. They are still dead from the 2 Initiate next turn if they don't have a removal. Cycle it right away? Huh, interesting. They really want mana. Not sure exactly why for, though. Or, well, I guess they could just be searching answers for the Initiates. That could be something. We are definitely dropping the other one and hopefully going for the kill next turn. Oh, or I just misclick. Yeah, I meant to cast that from the graveyard. I mean, not cast it, but embalm it. But I misclicked. This is decent, but I don't think worth countering. I think we want to bounce that back to our hand. And since they had that, I think the play I made by mistake ends up being decent, actually. But this was definitely a misclick. My one deck seems soft to the Naga Oracle somehow, which is kind of funny, I think. Lay Claim. Oh, that's not bad. I think we might as well drop that. Block slightly better than the Initiate, and we don't need to have more mana here. This card is really good. I hope this game showcases how good it is and why it should not have gone this late. It's already a good creature that's annoying and threatening and that you have to deal with, and then, you know, it just comes back. Unburden, targeting me. Yeah, I think I can accept that. I can get rid of wrappings, I think, and probably just the Initiate. Hard casting it doesn't accomplish a whole lot. And I can like keeping Essence Scatter and Lay Claim. Kind of forgot that this was in the set. This could have been an argument to keep the land I played, since I don't need to cast anything that costs more than 7. Yeah, definitely misplayed here. I should have kept a land in hand and discard that. In any case, we are just gonna flashback that now. I mean, embalm it, I guess. And now I might as well play the land because of Essence Scatter. And even if they drop some zombie, they just die. They need a removal. Steer the Sands. Okay, well that's not enough zombies to leave. As far as I can tell. Into concession, alright. Their deck is kind of threatening. I not knew there was a good token deck in this set, but they seem to have a good token deck, and we don't have a ton of things to deal with that. They seem very soft to Oracle, though it's just stopping them. Wrappings are not very good here. It's not like they have big. All the creatures they've been showing are just not things you wanna wrap. I could see the Vizier or even the Crab being better card. Cancel seems decent actually, better than wrapping. They have some very annoying spells that I want to cancel, I think. And in general, I think the Beetle is actually better than the Crab, coming a little bit earlier, and I'll play one Beetle, sure. I don't see Trial of Ambition being good against the token deck. Well, this is a mulligan. They mulligan too, though. Alright, that's pretty solid 6. Splendid Agony is really nice in this matchup because we need to kill a couple of things. I don't think I want that. I don't want a flood. Not sure what they did with their scry. They put on top. Alright. No to drop. I'll just drop the Seeker. Hopefully we'll get to keep that around and loot a little bit, because despite picking a London bottom, we are slowly flooding here a little bit. I don't want them to use a pump spell. I'm just gonna put 2 counter here and loot right now, I think. Okay, that was a good top deck. One of the best one we could have hoped for, I think. Maybe except for Liliana. But it's pretty much what we want to be casting on turn 4. True Heart Duelist, that's a solid card. We can block it with a Seeker fairly efficiently, though. The Embalm on this card is so cheap. Between these, the Lord and the Dune Beetle, we kind of have the Great Wall of China there. Alright. Well, even if I continue to flood out a little bit, at some point I'll get that back and it's gonna be a 4-3. They spend a premium removal on my Embalmed creature, that's kinda sweet. If they just play a Horror next turn, we might be in trouble. Pitiless Vizier is very good too and threatening. Gale Strike. I think we drop that since we have the Initiate into the... no. Well, I don't know, it's really close because we kind of want to loot in one hand. On the other hand, we kind of have the Initiate that we want to cast. So I don't know. Just gonna block, make them waste a cycling trigger, I guess. Also, if they cycle, they might not be able to recast that afterwards. Yeah. I'll take that. If I draw land, I think I'm gonna loot. Actually, I should be looting here. Should always loot almost. Especially when you cannot loot whenever you want. Interesting. I think we get the 4-3 here, so we can start applying pressure. It's funny how the mummies are white. They are zombies, but they are white. Any land I will draw from now on will be kept in hand, though, for sure. Pitiless Vizier, sure. Seeker of Insight. Sure. I don't see any reason not to play it, really. Well, I guess we kind of want to... We could discard it. On the other hand, I think if we draw a non-creature spell, we might want to... We will probably be pretty happy about looting twice, to be honest, so... I think this is fine. Gravedigger getting back Horror of the Broken Land, I would assume. Sure. If they attack, I'm going to double block with my Seeker of... Well, actually, I'm just going to block with Guardian. And I'll happily let them put a threatening 4-drop into their graveyard to kill my 2-3. Happily. It's pretty much an onboard trick, but fine. I don't think it's right. Like, it feels good for them to do that, but do you really want to drop a big threat to and potentially flood out because you are drawing some cards from your library that have a chance to be a land just to kill a 2-3 that can come back? I don't think you really want to do that. It seems good, but I think it's actually not a great trade for them. Not the best deal. Not the best deal ever. At all. We'll be casting that. Again, I think a 4-4 is much better than a Ramdon card in your deck. Wayward Servant, sure. If I'm trading one of my crappy cards, again, each time they cycle, they kind of get a 2-for-1 because they kill and draw a card, but they at some point they might just end up drawing lands. Tear Sense is pretty good here, obviously, but and I don't really want to take 4 every turn, but this feels very wrong, to be honest. I think my opponent is much better just oh, cancel is really nice. Love that. I think my opponent is in much better spot if he or she had just waited and hardcasted Steer Sense, which would then give them quite a bit of power on board, as well as 2 more life. So I don't really... I mean, I don't know. I think at some point, even if you have a Vizier, you kind of want to... you might not want a cycle. Again, I'm fine trading a Seeker and make them discard a card. I mean cycle, not really discard. Again, I don't agree with that play. At this point, if my opponent had hard casted double Steer the Sands, they would have drained me for so much and gained so many life that they would be able to just Alpha Strike me most likely before I could kill them with the Initiate. I drew Cancel, which I guess would have stopped that kind of, but I still don't agree with these moves. And I think this is why this set is interesting, because here I think my opponent made two plays that were not the right one, but that seemed very appealing. And now they might just be flooding out a little bit, but this happens when you just cycle a bunch. I think I'm gonna stop blocking here. I don't really have any good blocker anymore. And I can take a little bit of damage. Double Steer the Sands with Wayward Servant is really really solid. So they want to get back a 2. They want a 2/2 zombie. I think I can allow that. It doesn't change the clock. This I will scatter though, I think. 2 more zombie means they are not dead in 2 turns, and they can actually Alpha Strike us, I'm pretty sure. Sirius is strong. God. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of close because I could see Cancel being better here. Weirdly enough. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe keeping Cancel was better. That might have been a misplay. Do we want to draw and lose a blocker? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. We are certainly making a 3/3. Yeah, I think the way we lose is if they Alpha Strike us with a bunch of things and use a +X effect here. So I'd rather keep one more blocker. Honestly, I kept Liliana because I wanted her. I wanted, you know, it's new Planeswalker. It's my first thing. I want to play it, but I could really see keeping Cancel being better. Yeah, I think we just block here. We milled the Vizier of Tumbling Sand and Nagarak. Oh, okay. They need 2 zombie or a removal here. Some more cycling towards things. I could see Cancel being the right choice actually, because if we can just counter a removal, unless they can drop 2 zombie, we win. This might have been wrong, but yeah, it felt just so good to keep her. This might have been one of the few situations where no, I think you should still loot, but that was kind of strange. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that first match. Thanks for watching and see you for round 2.